Well, thank you very much, Ken Workington. Welcome, everybody, to Meadowlands Racing and Entertainment. We are with the former Ontario driving superstar, Mark MacDonald, the two-time O'Brien Award winner, rejuvenating himself, reinventing himself here in the United States. I did a little digging into your stats. In 2005 and 2006, you drove in, let's see, I think it was like 7,300 races. I worked it out. You averaged, in 730 days, you drove 10.6 races a day. Dude, I like to announce races, but I'd be so burned out I wouldn't want to see a horse again. How'd you do that?
It was hard. I was burned out. Took a lot out of me. I was, went a lot the next year too, and then I was just toast. I was really burned out.
Yeah, that's an awful lot of driving. And
yeah.
It seems like, too, that harness racing is a lot like the NFL. You can be the Super Bowl MVP one year and a star quarterback. The next year you can get released. You know, you've had some injuries and things like that, and it's what have you done for me lately sport. And much like the NFL, you had some post-concussion syndrome problems at one time, and we don't know a lot about that, but that impacts you.
No, it does, for sure. I mean, like you say, I think a lot of it has to do with the horses you're driving and who you're driving for, and if you're getting some livestock and you're getting into the big races. And when you're injured, you're not there for the qualifiers, and you're not on top of your game maybe, and so you don't get those drives, and you can kind of, people forget about you quick. So it's tough, and luckily I've been able to catch on to some good horses again and get things going.
What made you make the move from being the star in Ontario to try it here on the East Coast in the U.S.?
Well, in 2011, I was in that really bad accident, and I actually had post-concussion syndrome. I come back, I raced the Breeders' Crowns. I had to take I think about 5 months off, and I don't know, it's just like, I had been in a couple bad accidents. I always wanted to try it in the States, and I'm like, I'm not getting any younger, so I figured I may as well try it while I'm still young.
And Mark, this is tough sledding down here. I mean, you come to the Meadowlands, and here's Tetrick and Gingras and Dave Miller and Callahan and Campbell. Well, I'll try it at Yonkers. Well, you run into Sears, Brennan, and now Ron Pierce is over there. And it's what's between the shafts that makes the difference. It's hard to pick up those live mounts.
Well, it is. The first year I was going over there, Brian was racing a lot here, and then when he went over to Yonkers, it changed a lot of the landscape there, so it's hard to get the liver drives. So, right now I've been going to Pocono, and I'm coming here on Fridays and going to Yonkers a couple days a week, and it's actually been working out really well for me. The last couple weeks have been fantastic.
And we're tickled to death to have you here at the Meadowlands on Fridays, and you're going to drive here on a regular basis when we reopen in the fall, from what I understand.
Yeah, I think I'm going to give it a try. I think if I'm here every day and people know I'm going to be here every day, maybe get some better drives, and racing here in Pennsylvania, New York, I mean, it's great where you can race that circuit. You get a lot of good horses there.
Now, you have a reputation as a guy in the driver's room who likes to have a great time, likes to joke around, and you're not afraid to play some pranks on your fellow drivers, like the Simon Allard missing race bike video.
Yeah, Simon, that was he took the Bermuda Triangle shortcut on the way home from the Meadowlands one night, and his, the Spider, she go missing.
And it ate up his Spider bike, yeah. You are from a family that races horses. Your brothers, Anthony and James, race up in Ontario. And your brother, Anthony's a big political figure. He's a politician up there. He's working on MacDonald care for the people in Ontario, right?
Yeah, he's he's done exceptionally well, for a guy that's colors kind of look like he
Doesn't
Bobo the
wash
Clown.
him?
Yeah, no, Bobo the Clowns, with the stripes and the blue and red, but
it's nice to have a harness racing view. It's nice to have a harness racing viewpoint in Parliament to kind of represent our interests.
Oh no, actually, Anthony's done a fantastic job. He's not scared to what he said, to talk. He's very intelligent, well spoken, and he's really stepped up and taken the reins up there, and he's done a great job since they had the trouble with the slots at racetracks, and they tried to take the program away. Anthony's really stepped up, and I think there's going to be election soon, and I hope he gets elected.
All right, sounds good. We need him up there, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure we do, yeah.
You guys are from Prince Edward Island. The Gold Cup and Saucers, the biggest deal up there. You were in a great video, perhaps the best harness racing video I've ever seen. Exhibition Drive. It's a documentary on YouTube.
Yeah,
and it was great. It covered the whole story of the race, and it's larger than life up there.
Oh, it is. It is. For a little island where the population's 145,000, you get, close to 20,000 people on track for that race, and it's a whole week. It's like the pageantry. There's a parade. Everybody's into it. It's front page news, and that Exhibition Drive video is really cool, especially since I won the race. But we were all in it. James was in it, and Anthony was in it. It was fun, and to go back and watch the video, I haven't talked to anybody that didn't like it. It was really cool. You know?
So if you want to see it, just check it out on YouTube. Just put in Gold Cup and Saucer Exhibition Drive.
Exhibition
It'll come
Drive,
up.
yeah.
I think it's
great.
an hour-long video, but it's certainly worth watching.
Yeah.
You've won the Gold Cup and Saucer. You've won the Little Brown Jug. The two biggest single events probably in harness racing. Which was the bigger thrill?
They were pretty close. You know, the first time I won the Gold Cup and Saucer was really special because I had the outside post. I really wasn't expecting to win, and really the jug too. I mean, that going into that day, I wasn't expecting to win it. That was really special because my dad and my brothers and my uncles were all down there, all in the winner's circle chanting PEI. It was we had a lot of fun that day. So you know, it's apples and oranges there, but the jug was pretty special.
Well, your first really big horse that I remember was American Ideal for Casey Coleman. Set the world record in 2005 at the Red Mile. Let's take a look going down the back stretch to the half. Kind of got strung out to make the lead. This is some pretty quick fractions we're seeing here.
Yeah, you know, especially back in 2005, I don't think anybody was crazy enough to try 120 with a 3-year-old, but I got to give Ron Pierce a lot of credit. He got my horse pretty stirred up there. He was in the 2-hole making a lot of noise, and, you know, we got down there pretty quick, but that horse was a pretty special horse, and he's just proved it. I mean, he's come out and he's showing world champion after world champion. He's a great filly sire, a great colt sire. He's a great horse.
And your live ride right now is Boltador, who's just been sensational for you the last couple of years. He was in the Meadowlands Pace, won the Adios, set a world record in the Adios. We're going to roll that race in just a little bit. I think that was the day a rock and roll dance got down to the 3/4 of the Meadows, like a 19 and change or something. Yeah,
it was a pretty exciting 6-horse field, I can tell you that. You know, but it was a crazy race. 25 and 1, I think, first quarter. And I mean, you know, people that don't watch the Meadows, there's a staggered gate, and I had the rail, and he's just so handy, Boltador. He was able to still make the lead and get positioned in behind rock and roll, and you know, slip up the passing lane and get the job done. But it was great.
Yeah, 119 and 2 to the 3/4 that day.
Yeah, I mean, look at those fractions,
through on the inside.
I mean, that was a 6-horse field, so it was an exciting race, I think. Yeah.
Now, he qualified earlier this week at Pocono, I read, and did pretty well. You were happy with him?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, he's gone 2 qualifiers now. We've been dropping him a second a week, and he's going to probably go. He's going to go next Thursday. We're going to go a little bit better mile with him, close him up, and then he's going to come here for the first leg of the TVG.
Okay, Mark, we have some questions from fans on Facebook. Bill Roman wants to know, are you noticing any more side effects from your numerous previous injuries, or do you feel pretty good?
No, I mean, I did, you know, probably for about a year and a half, but I haven't in a long time. You know, it takes time, but, you know, knock on wood, I haven't in over a year, so I've been pretty good with the concussion-wise, you know.
This is a tough one. Jack Hurley wants to know, in your opinion, what can the racing industry do to attract more youth into the sport?
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Sam.
What can the racing industry do to attract more youth into our sport?
Well, you know, I think you really look at it here. They've done a great job. I mean, this place is just packed. It's rocking. They got you know, they got a little bar here I hear it was just great here the other night on Saturday.
Yeah, I was doing the robot up there.
You were doing the robot?
Yeah, the robot up on the stage.
I hear it was packed. I wasn't here, but you know, I think social media and advertising. I think we got to get our public out there. You know, just reach out and touch the public a little bit more. You know what I mean? A little more information. Information's power, and people got to know that we're out there, and that you know, that there's more to the racetrack when they come to it than just slot machines. You know, there's actually a great product going on the track, and we got to find a way to let people know that. Social media is free, so it's a great tool, but any type of advertising is great, you know, and any type of giveaways. People love free stuff, you know.
Yep. Okay, and Russ Adams wants to know, when are you coming back to Canada? Any plans for that?
Not, you know, hopefully for the North American Cup, you know, if I have something. But, you know, Boltador was there last year for the Canadian Pacing Derby. He'll be going back for that again. So, you know, I'm not sure, just whenever it calls, you know, whenever the time calls.
Let's sharpen your pencils, everyone. Mark's going to take us through his drives tonight. First race, the 7, General Bill Brown. Nice colt, Major New York Sire Stakes colt. Locked in, traded some paint there in the stretch last week.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was. He's a little tricky to drive. I'm glad I got one steer on him last week because he Tyler told me he will sashay in a little bit on you. You got to watch him, and he did do that on me late. He was loaded, and yeah, I really like him tonight.
We move on to the 5th race. You've got number 1, Ava Licious, a filly that shows some braking issues, but she was pretty good in her last Q, it looks like.
Yeah, she qualified really good. So I like her too. Tyler told me she qualified really, really well, and he really likes her.
Moving on to the 6th race, number 6, UF Dragons Queen, strong first up winner last week, and she's faced far better. Even though she's moving up in class tonight, she was actually the blue chip matchmaker.
Yeah, she's actually moving down, really. I mean, compared to what she's racing. I mean, she did get down just because she, she started off in the matchmaker as a 4-year-old was kind of tough for her. So I think that win last week will do her a lot of good, and she's right there with this group.
And it helped trainer Mark Ford. He's barely getting by. Every time I talk to him, he tells me that. So
yeah,
he's kind of your Ron Burke right now, isn't he?
Yeah, every little bit helps, as he always says, right?
Yeah, there you go. Moving on to the 7th race, number 6, Tirade Hanover, serious trotter, over 300,000 last year. Looks like the Raymer stable's a nice account.
Yeah, Tyler's brought me some nice horses to drive tonight. I like all 3 is there, so that horse he's going to be a serious contender in there.
8th race, number 8, Sea Cruise Hanover. Is she the type that you have to get involved early on, or she kind of loses interest?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think you got to get her close and just maybe not beat her up too much. But if you can get her close and not hurt her feelings, she'll give you a little run late.
9th race, number 3, Deliciously Naughty, another one of your winners from last week, up a touch.
Yeah, she's actually tough. She's not very good when she clears the lead, and the race worked out where she had to clear the lead just past the half, and she actually fought tougher than she surprised me a little bit. I thought she was beat, and she come back on, so who knows? She's getting a good spot there.
The 11th race, that stone cold killer field of free-for-all trotters.
Yeah,
You've got the 7, Daylon Magician, former Ontario star. He looks like he gets really grabby at the start of a race. I know he was rank early. Is he starting to settle down some?
He actually is. Last week, I was able to sit him in a 2-hole at Pocono, and the line's a little deceiving because I really never got to let him trot to the last 20 feet. He trotted 27 and 1 last quarter, and he was smoking. I mean, he trotted probably a quarter and 27 after the race. I had a hard time pulling him up. Actually, I had to go an extra lap.
Moving on to the 13th race finale, you've got number 1, Belle Boyd. Mark, what in the world's going on here? Stakes winner last year,
yeah,
made but like $250,000, can't get out of her own way right now.
Yeah, I mean, she's had a lot of bad luck. I mean, she's dropping way down in class. I mean, I think she's by far the class of the field. And I think she'll step up, and you'll see an improvement kind of like UF Dragons Queen last week. I think she'll step up like that tonight.
Good deal, Mark MacDonald, a breath of fresh air here at the Meadowlands. Great to have you with us. Keep on smiling, keep on enjoying life, and keep on winning races.
All right, thanks, Sam. It's great to be here.
Mark MacDonald in the Sulky quick timeout, and Wendy Ross and I will tee up tonight's action.